Gee, I'm back. Weekend ended, so let's get back to work, shall we? Let's talk about camera reviews. Lens reviews, maybe. It's such a juicy subject, isn't it? Oh yeah, I get a hard-on just by thought of a new fancy camera. With 16K, 24 stops of dynamic range, 1000 FPS raw output. Ugh. Ouch! The gear reviews. Yikes. As I said it before, the camera's job is to become the extension of you. It is to capture the image the way you want, how you want, without a hassle. It is to do its job without promising things it cannot deliver. So, in a sense, you already know what you want, and the review is just a spec sheet read out in video form on YouTube. But we all know it's not that simple, is it? Why would so many get angry at Gerald for just reading a camera's spec sheet? Because, and this is important, everything has its context. Obviously, you as a reviewer can read a spec sheet, provide hard data, lure the viewer with numbers, mention cutting-edge technology, do some lab tests, do some live creative project tests. You usually start with a hook, something to catch your attention, which is then followed by a statement. This is a completely objective, unbiased, honest review. This is a completely objective, unbiased, honest review of a non-specific camera review. And let me be the judge of the honest part. What is unbiased? What is objective? Let's break it down, shall we? Unbiased means showing no prejudice for or against something. Impartial. Meaning no one paid for it with money or free gear, no one influenced the review with money or free gear. Unbiased. Let's get into the creme de la creme of the word unbiased, which I have probably used wrong here. You are the bias. Let me say that again. You are the bias. I know this is not what you mean when you say those golden words, but let me elaborate a bit more and why it's important. Your education, your location, your experiences, your memories, people who you hang out with, your social circle, your taste in movies and music, your entire life is the source of your bias. Bias is your whole personality, how you view the world and what you like or despise. Calm down now. This, in fact, is very good news. Why? Because a review is not just a spec sheet read out in a video on YouTube. It's a point of view. That's right, your review is point of view. It's neither unbiased nor objective. It is how you see the gear, holding in your hands, using it, testing it. Some reviews are more superficial and general than others. Some aren't even that technical. I value them all because, even if unintentional, you can reveal quite a lot that would help people like me to make an informed decision on the gear I am interested in. The trouble is, there are just way too many synthetic reviews. The sort of spec sheet read out types. I prefer those done by working professionals or really engaged in the matter hobbyists, someone who actually does the creative work. As to any request, there is an existing cause. In this case, a disgruntled customer. Me. Let me tell you a story. I currently use Canon R5C for whatever I do. I thought, in my ignorance, I can get away with just that one camera for movies and photography. Obviously, I rigged it out. It wasn't easy. Or cheap. But finally, I am further down the road, having something close to expectations. Naturally, it became awkward and heavy, and not very, let's say, street photography friendly. I still miss some pieces, but hey, who am I? Just some nobody. I have to work for it. So, the time came for me to find another body. Something lean, clean, timeless. Something just for photography. It had to be a full frame, with basic autofocus, monochromatic viewfinder, decent peaking, adaptable lenses. It didn't matter at that time if it was to be pre-owned or new. The fact was, I was not willing to spend more than €1,500 for it. So, I spend the next few weeks on research, reading, watching reviews, managing expectations, and weighing in the options. What I found was not perfect, but it ticked most of the boxes. It was old, clean, and barely used, with approximately 800 shots on it. So, here we are. The barely used 2015 Leica SL, right from Germany. Clean, nice, and timeless. Knowing my preferences, I was happy. I am not into clean lenses, over-engineered, or even autofocus. I want to slow down, be deliberate sometimes. As you can see, I prefer unique solutions. Having said that, I evolve, like any human. I hope. After a while, I began looking at some autofocus lenses. There are some choices, however, most of them are still too clean for me. I looked at Sigma specifically, but I ended up with this. Proudly. Nice, cheap, nicely flawed lens. Exactly how I like them to be. Perfect for my street adventures. Only to find out no one seems to talk about. Ever. Just look at it. It happens every time it is in every other option but open wide aperture. No videos, no review mentions, nothing. There is a thread on Leica forum with no resolution in sight. Why no one is talking about it? I couldn't tell you. But these are the things I am looking for in a review. I am looking for things like that. Not to shit on the product, but to be informed. If I am informed, I can weight in the advantages, disadvantages, problems, or if it even affects me and my use. I am well aware there is no perfect products. Everything is a compromise. Specs, price, weight, quality, usability, etc. I know all that. If I know the problem, I can plan around it. I can adjust, bend my workflow around it. I am not a rigid, unmovable object. I am quite flexible, but only if I know, and I want to know. So, now, the gear reviews. I am not looking for unbiased and objective because they are useless for me. I need context, I need bias, I need a perspective because we are not the same. We all have our history, upbringing, social circles, needs and wants, tastes, aesthetics. Us all being different is our strength. Every single one of you is a flavor that constitutes the global cuisine. We are all a series of singular perspectives, bits of data, loose pixels formulating a clear big picture, filling out the blank spots. Whether you know it or not, your input is needed to fill the gap between the marketing noise and reality. Dear reviewers, I salute you. Go back to work. And I'm done. What shall we talk about next time? Here is the hint. Why so serious?